Alright, hello everybody, it is I, Umber Rays, here today to talk to you about some stuff. Some winter stuff, no less. Today we're going to be taking a quick preview at Xmas, although I think it's winter on global, right? But apparently over here it's Xmas. Okay. Raff, and yeah, Raff is here with the new variant. That's going to be exciting for some people. And at a 70 cost, I mean, you're looking at an 18k cost. We're looking, Lapis Visior to guarantee you a copy of this unit. And on the way up, I mean, it is one of those seasonal units with the nice little step up here, so you can potentially get some extra stuff on your way up. It's a good way of going about it if you wanted a slightly cheaper unit. And some people are definitely going to be wanting that. So let's take a look at the kit. And then in a separate video, we're going to do a preview because I'm just trying to keep the times on these a little bit shorter. So Raff, good news is that she's out on Global too, so Globalers will also be able to immediately get the information and pull for her, which means this video is, kind of a little bit mute, but I'm here to provide my opinions as such. So 70 cost, 3 move, 1 jump, Thunder Elemental, limited character. So if you're going to get this character, be aware that you need to have her max before the time limit is up. And not only her, but potentially her VC too. And since the VC is kind of made for her and Thunder unit, the Thunder unit strong team, it is advisable if you're going down that route to just fully commit to it, although holo VCs can be a little bit rough. Let's take a look at the accessory. Accessory TMR, 261 HP, 6 defense, and 12 spirit, and 4 agility is pretty good. Gives single target resistance of 20 to herself and an ally. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, this isn't super exciting to me, at least up front. It's a source of single target resistance, which makes it generally good, but it's a little bit inflexible because its range is a little bit small. It does have 2 casts, which is nice, and I feel like I'm doing a Simpsons reference when it's like, that's good, that's bad, that's good, that's bad, which makes me, again, feel pretty mid about this. Taking a look at Raff's master abilities, as well as our Dream Enhancement, we're looking at just magic attack resistance penetration, which is good for DPS, but she doesn't really have much else there. Dream ability and getting her to 140 gives AoE resistance of 15 and magic resistance of 15, which is good against certain matchups, but unimpressive in others. Continuing on, let's just barrel through here and take a look at what's new for the new job. Single target resistance of 12, agility, and now the music kicks in, no less. Let's just comment that. Single target resistance, agility, and reaction block weight when she is fully upgraded. Agility of 12%, single target resistance of 12, reaction block rate of 35. Interesting for this new job. And our other one is magic plus 24% and skill activation time down of 200. You can actually think a bunch of mages who would love to have that ability, which basically means that Magic Striker is going to be one to look out for in the future on new mage type units. As for the counter ability for this new job, we're taking a look at just countering damage with increasing HP for self. Kind of unexciting, but fine. Now, main job, let's take a look at what we're getting. Reducing counter chance, healing damage, increasing magic and agility for self, reducing physical damage taken. The larger the area size of attack is, or magical damage attack. So it is a kind of aura style effect, but it only works for herself, which is, a little bit down, in my opinion. We'll come back to this AoE one in a second, but a little bit further down, she does have a reduced magic damage taken by 7,500 HP, which is good against other mages, and in combination with Shell and debuff weakening resistant, it's pretty good. Like, it's a good, strong ability against other mages and not great at all against physical units because it doesn't give anything to protect her against those. And she is capable of decreasing single target resistance while casting a secondary effect. That secondary effect is this, which basically herself and another character get increased defense penetration, spirit penetration, and absorb 30% of the damage done for a single attack. Which, if all in all, just, one character is getting this and she's getting this for one hit, hey, it's HP restoration and it's pretty nice. Alright, so this is where I have to go all the way over on another screen. And just take a little peeky here at Raff and what this one ability that I am missing. And I hit the wrong button. Damn it. Alright. Ability activation time reduced. Magic dependent damage large to targets within range gives an effect that reduces magic damage for 3 turns and has a chance for the unit to be confused. Overall, Magic Striker as a job, but notable things about it is it does have casting time on its abilities. It is AoEs and a lot of single target manipulation for both, improving your team and reducing others. Her job level 25 ability, which, wouldn't be available for future units if this is secondary, tertiary job. Dispel all buffs for targets, haste, physical damage buff increases, magic damage buff increases. It's an ability. This is a job that can really mess around with certain stats and has a bunch of status effects to it too. Slow on her limit burst, confusion on one of her abilities, and if I remember correctly, yeah, in the sub part of the job, it does have an AoE that can inflict stop and immobilize, which is pretty fun. Why just immobilize someone when you can also stop them? Anyway, and as well, increase slash resistance and magic resistance for allies, as well as restoring HP. I think that Magic Striker is a pretty damn nice little job, all in all. Has some neat abilities that other mages would love. Counter is a bit weak, but overall the main kit seems interesting and kind of fun if you like status effects, messing with your opponent, and potentially just good against other mage. Now, getting back to the rest of Raff's kit, Supplicant. Defense and spirit HP heals, increasing attack and magic and agility for allies if they're within this short little range here. Selecting 2 targets for damage, which is kind of nice, and increasing AoE resistance, critical evasion, light, and dark resistance. Supplicant has some nice stuff here. I'm not thinking that it's the most amazing thing because, again, on auto, I don't know if her AI is going to be good enough to use this as opposed to her main job's abilities, but could get there. Rune Knight just really is DPS, DPS, DPS with extra water killer, which lightning has no problem with anyway, so it feels a little bit superfluous. But getting something like Drain, which gives her a little bit of a damage boost and slash attack resistance penetration, sure, why not? Raff is looking like a very solid little 70 cost, and that's the most important thing I think to note here. I'm not looking at Raff as being some kind of revolutionary unit. She's really not going to change too much for Lightning. However, with Supplicant and maybe some AI modification to make sure she uses the correct ability, you might be bring Lightning into a better matchup versus Lightning, Dark, and specifically the Vivi and new Mama Helena team that is kind of running around a little bit. Just for a last little bit of this video, we're going to take a look at the friend unit here with my kind of just training team. Pretty damn good speed, I will note on this, without having to have the Hermes sandals on this character. Still roughly about 10,000 HP, which is good. And 1500 magic is a little bit lower, but depending on how good her DPS is, it might not be too much of a thing. Also, generally nice defense and spirit stats with agilities, and this is including, of course, her TMR regular remove? No, that is definitely chaos remove. That is definitely helping with speed. And the new VC, which, as I said before, I'm not over the moon about this VC. To me, given the extra cost and more difficulty earning shards, I feel that Holo VCs have to be amazing for me to really, really recommend them for the average player. But this is an agility card, and if you're missing an agility card for Thunder and looking to just play this unit with Thunder, probably the correct. So yeah, Raff, looking like a nice new addition to the winter units. Hopefully she will stay relevant in the future. Oh shoot, I forgot to take that down. Alright, I'll just show these stats now. Good job, Umbra. But hang in. Resistances. That. And yeah, there we go. Now I can show the stats properly in equipment. The one other thing I would like to make mention of is this. Her weapon, which the Fairy Baton has an aim version, magic version, and vitality version. We're looking at the magic version, 179 magic. And for everybody else, just 50 magic attack, but for her specifically, it increases pierce attack too, which is kind of nice because one of her abilities is piercing type damage. And that means that she does have an actual improvement for it, while also reducing magical damage taken and increasing AoE resistance. So yeah, pretty nice unit overall for 18k. Probably a good investment for anybody looking for a little bit of a cheaper deal this holiday season. And given the number of 100 cost units, doesn't sound too terrible at all. Anyway, that's all for the preview of this unit. Hope you enjoyed it, and we will take a look at what her damage output and everything is like in another video. Thanks for watching.